Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please like, please subscribe, share with a friend. Hi guys, it's Carol again. So I have been up to it, okay? So recently I was on YouTube looking at someone's video, and I got inspired by a video that she was inspired to do by somebody else. So here we go down this rabbit hole, right? So she had story time and I'm talking about Jen, guys. She had story time and she had nails, right, going on. Awesome family story. It's not my story to tell, so you're not going to hear it here. If you want to hear it, you got to go onto her Facebook, on her YouTube channel and look it up. However, she was inspired by somebody else's work and I saw hers and I was like, oh my God, I have the 3D kit, this one, but I haven't been doing a lot. I haven't been doing a lot of 3D work, okay? So I was like, you know, I need to pull this out and try it. So since I had a good time looking at it, well, I'm gonna do it as well. I'm gonna try it. But she used Santa's Lap for her powder, and of all the powders I have, I do not have Santa's Lap, and I figured she's probably using Santa's Lap because it is the holiday season. But whatever the reason she's using it, it was beautiful. So I didn't have Santa's Lap, but this one came in my one of my mystery boxes, and it's the wood brown. And I had a swatch of a couple of colors that I thought might have looked good. So I had Toasty, I had Lightly Sugared, which is Lightly Sugared is in here somewhere. Anyways, I had 3 colors that I wanted to try, and my husband helped me choose the one I was going for. Come on. This is wood brown. This is Toasty, and I believe one of these here. Y'all forgive me for I didn't think about this before. Here. So these 3 here, we had Toasty, wood brown, and Lightly Sugared. And I thought one of these 3 would have been amazing. My husband chose this one, and so that's what I went with the wood brown. And this is what it looks like. I built these using forms, and I did these one using tips because it's on my, I would have been using my non-dominant hand. So I did them. My hands is crusty because I just washed, and there's no oils, there's no what do you call it? Cuticle oil, anything like that, because we're gonna work on them. All right. So the first thing we did, I pull out my lamp, my new one I got in my Kiara Sky from Nail Company mystery box, and I pulled that out. I'm going to do a coat of I'm going to do the deep French on them using my liner brush, and I'm gonna have to choose a polish color matching the one that at this point the inspiration is 3 inspirations down, so I'll choose the one that best fits my nail color. Hang tight, okay? So I got myself together here. I got some Matte. I'm gonna be using Double Rhythm in A1129 for my personal collection, Double Rhythm A1129, and I'm gonna be putting some what do you call it, Matte base coat down, and then I'm gonna draw my lines in, and I'm gonna cure it in my Kiara Sky lamp right here, and that's what we're gonna start with. So, and of course, this is going to be some 3D work. And you guys going to see me doing it here for the first time. I think I was having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and myself to death. I just want to make sure there's no peanut butter and jelly on it. Yes, guys, I still eat PB&Js. And I actually cut myself, not when I was doing the set. Ironically, I was taking them off a couple of days ago. So if you know, you know. And I'm going to be doing one hand on camera with you guys because I suspect this is going to take forever. It's the first time I'm going to be doing it, so don't judge me too harshly, guys. I have played around with it before, but never really got serious about 3D flowers and stuff like that. But in today's market, if you're not doing 3D flowers, you're really not doing your job. Alrighty, so I love to listen to my murder mysteries while I am working, but I can't right now because if I'm doing this with you guys, I'm gonna get a little bit of a copyright issue if I am recording and listening to murder mysteries out loud. So some of this is going to be voice over and some of it is going to be live talking because I gotta watch my murder mystery. All right, so I'm gonna try this and I'll be right back. So now that we are back, I am going to pull out my Not Polish liner brush. This is a long liner brush. And once again, we're using Double Rhythm A1129. And I'm just giving my brush a little bit of a clean off so I don't have excess draining down while I'm working. And I am going to be using the gel right out of the bottle to line my nails. So lining my nails used to be one of the hardest things for me to do. But I found a video where someone was doing it this way, where they draw some lines and pretty much map out the deep French. And I find that it worked out best for me to do that. So observe, I did a line across I want to draw the circular part of the deep French above that T line that I draw first. And then I'm literally going to fill it in with color. And where the two lines intersect the cross line, I'm going to just sort of like swoop that in the middle and give yourself a nice deep French. I will also use the brush from the gel bottle to fill in the spaces. Do you guys have a hard time drawing your Frenchies? And up until then, I would do them, but I have to do them over and over and over. It took so much time. Now I can literally draw a Frenchie using the method that you see me doing right now. If you guys have any special methods that you use for coloring in your Frenchies, please let a sister know. So now at this point, it's just easier for me to take the brush that came out of the gel and fill in the part that's supposed to be filled in. And at this point, you guys don't hear it because I took that part of the audio out. My husband is like, oh, that is so cool. Yeah, so for this segment of the video, we'll be just pretty much watching me draw Frenchies. And hopefully, if you're struggling with Frenchies and this is the this method helps you out, please feel free, knock yourself out. And I only have as much product as I need on that liner brush. So I'm not going to leave you guys hanging too much while my hand is in the dryer. So I'm just going to cut out the parts where I stick my hand in the dryer. So this is gel that I'm using, guys. So you have to cure it 30, 60 seconds, however long you want to cure it for. For the most part, I was flash curing them. So each time I go in to dry another one, I would flash cure it. And so, you know, as you flash cure, the previous ones will get fully cured. And then when I was completely finished, I went in for 60 seconds and make sure everybody had ample of curing time in the lamp. But this is the method of drawing that I'm using. And then I'm just going to go in with my brush, the gel brush, the one that comes in a bottle of gel, and just fill it in easier this way. I know some people can take the liner brush and just keep, drawing the line, and that drives me to drink. So are you guys doing 3D? Are you guys working with making 3D flowers? Are you frustrated? Are you having fun? Are you getting it? We're going to find out the answer to all those questions for me when I get to that part of the deal. So, of course, we cured that one, flash cured it. And now I'm going in with my liner brush again and rinse and repeat that method for drawing the Frenchies. I'm trying to be organized, guys, in my little nail room, and I'm beginning to love it. I come down here sometimes to just sit in the room because it looks so good. It was always a mess, and I can't find a place to put my feet, and I'm like, okay, this is not working. But now I could, I'm loving being in the room because it's well put together. And remember, I was telling you guys, I had a setup that wasn't working for me. The problem was that my ring light wasn't charging, and I couldn't figure out why the charging cord wasn't working. So I had to use a different charging cord to charge it, and boy, that was driving me crazy. So I had to rig my the light, one light that wasn't working but doesn't have a stand for the other one that was, oh, it was a nightmare. Anyways, we figured it out. It was the cord, and we got a new cord, so it's now charging nicely. And so, yes, so we are curing on the opposite side now. So my left hand is in the lamp curing, flash curing the tip that I just did. And we doing it again on this nail. I'm curious, what method are you guys using? And one of the secrets to using this method that I'm using, you have to sort of like roll your hand when you're drawing this line. And I used to be trying to draw the line like super, super straight, and it just wasn't coming out right. So technically, well, not technically, your body is kind of circular. And if you try to do it straight, it just does not. The lines doesn't come out right. You gotta give a little twist of the wrist when you're drawing this in. And once again, once I get the Frenchie the way I like it, I use the brush, the gel brush, and fill in the big parts. Now, of course, you can do this the best way you know how. Some people just keep the long line brush just going across the nail. Oh my God, that drives me crazy. Especially if I'm doing a deep French like that and you got to do it multiple times. And for all the times I was frustrated doing this, I wish I had known that prior to now. So I'm just going to take the brush back out of the gel because I'm going to be using it again to fill in the pinky finger. And when you have it, too much gel on it, while you're using it, some of the heavy glob could drop down and mess up your whole project. And yes, I'm speaking from experience. It had happened to me many a times. So I don't keep it in there. So now we're going to go to the pinky and we're going to do exactly the same thing that we did on the other fingers. Draw a cross line, a perpendicular line. And then I'm going to do two diagonal lines from diagonal left to right and diagonal right to left with a little circular twist while you're doing that. And you can actually see it gives you a little roadmap how to curve in the nail right there. The color, and then I'm just going to fill that in. So once we get this done and cured, the exciting part comes. So if you need to run, go grab some popcorn, a drink or something, come back and see me be a spectator looking at me put my first 3D nail set down. Now, everybody who experts at 3D and do the 3D flowers, they make it look so easy. But I guess there are some nuances to it. But so far, my husband and I went out to our little local spot that we like to go have a glass of wine and some wings at. And I was getting compliments from my waiter on my nails. And then when we came in the gate at the military base, and I gave the guy my ID, he was like, "Oh, your nails are gorgeous." I'm like, "Why, thank you." So I might be a little bit tough on myself, but people think they're cute. So let's see what you guys think. So I'm cleaning up while I go along here, and so this is the forms that I use to do my nails. And I actually wanted to do them stilettos, and these were more like the rounded shape ones or the square ones. And um, it kind of took me off guard. I couldn't find the other ones that I normally would like to use, my stiletto ones. They're red. But anyways, these came out perfect. So now, and I've had those for years and I never opened the package. So tonight I was able to use them and I like the shape that they gave me. So if if I was doing someone nail and they wanted them straight, I know which one I can use to do them. So it was fun. And we're going to go in with my 3D box, and that's what we're going to be painting the nails with. So I have some Stone Fix, and I got some rhinestones that I got on Amazon many years ago, many moons ago. And so we're going to be using the royalty and the old money from the Nut Polish Zany collection. And I'm going to be attaching some stones. And I am going to attempt to build some 3D flowers around these bad boys. And I'm going to start on the thumb right here. And I have a little wax pencil. And I'm looking for the right size. One of those SS whatever number. And okay, so we're gonna cure that flash cure that real quick. And if you haven't gotten the Zany kit yet, I highly recommend it. Now, of course, you can do 3D flowers with any acrylic powder that you wanted to. But the Zany kit came with, of course, a fabulous box. It came in a fabulous box. It came with your 3D brush and, 3 to 6 powders, I think it has in it. It was fun. All right, guys, who's rooting for me? So this is the royalty, and the inspiration that I got was done in a specific way. So I was inspired. I'm not a copycat. So I kind of use what I saw, the inspiration was, and I kind of put my own twist on it. So I hope you guys can appreciate um, how inspiration works. So I am picking up these little beads, and the first one isn't going to go down just right. And while I was doing this, I kind of figure out, you may have to pinch and expand the video here to see the details of what I'm doing. So that first one, I was like, oh, I'm not going to get this. So one of the things I realize is you have to pick up a little bead, and the little bead takes longer to dry when you put them down. So you don't want them 100% dry, but you want them to start, how do you say that, coagulating, or you want them to start emulsifying. And you don't want to put it down too runny, because if you put it down too runny, you're not going to be able to form it and mold it the way you want to. So as I started getting more comfortable, I started taking my time and holding the bead on the brush, let it do what it does, and then put it down and manipulate it. But that came with by the third and the fourth finger, I started mentally getting, hey, slow down, Speedy Gonzalez, and do this. Was it difficult for you guys to do 3D flowers? Did you get them right away? And then also, I think like my colors was a little bit too close to each other. But I kind of like it. So if I have to do this again before the holidays, mine came out like hollies, the Christmas flowers. I will do them again with a lighter background and make them Christmas hollies. So they will be red and green instead of purple and green. It kind of did give the hollies look, but so here it is. I'm playing with the design. Now I've seen lots and lots of people do this. I don't care how much you see somebody do it, you literally have to practice this. Not too shabby, huh? Yes, I gotta hold the bead. And even though I was holding it, there was still a little bit runny. So if you think you held it long enough, hold it a bit longer. You guys are seeing it for the first time in history. Carol doing 3D flowers. And by the way, guys, you guys gonna see a debut again of these nails again on Thursday. My advent calendar is supposed to be coming in. In the advent calendar, There is a green solo color in there. What else did I see that I wanted to try without making a big investment first? Um, Lately, I've been into Tiki Gel. If you guys have not started using Tiki Gels, you're missing out. Okay? You are missing out. Keep telling y'all that polish is not paying me to say these things, but I promise you, if you're not trying Tiki Gels, you're missing out. I am so in love with Tiki Gels, and I had a bottle for almost a year before I attempt to try it, and now I need more bottles because that one is used up. Okay, back to these 3D flowers. Put my eyes on here. Y'all can see I'm still working it, and I had to remove that one and try again. So I got 2 of them down, and I'm just cleaning up the space because I'm gonna have to try it again. It wasn't easy, guys. And because I anticipated this part of the job gonna be taking long, I did the forms off camera. And I believe the next time I do my nails using forms, I'm gonna film that part if I don't film anything else. All this talking is making me thirsty. So tell me, guys, was it easy for you guys? Am I making a big deal out of this? It was definitely fun, I'll tell you that much. And then I got so inspired that I started putting different colors in there. I cannot wait to go to work with these bad boys tomorrow. I told you guys it didn't come easy. I had to take them down again and do it over. But and if I now that I'm looking at them, in as much as it gave me a hard time putting them down, if I had to choose a particular nail that came out the best, I would say it was the very first one I put down, not knowing what I'm doing, and it still came out to be the best. So, like I told you guys, when I saw it, it was just one color of 3D they were using. And I was like, wait a second, maybe I can add a green leaf or something. I'm quite sure I've seen it somewhere else before. So once again, this is all money, and this comes in the collection of the Zany collection. Do we have all money in something else? No, that's Lamborghini chick. That's not all money. But anyways, I'm quite sure whatever green you have in your collection would work just as well. So today is Sunday after Thanksgiving. Did everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Now that Thanksgiving is over, it's on to Christmas. Cannot wait. I'm actually can't wait for this year to be over. I'm ready to start a new one. I am so ready to start a new one. Do you guys ever get tired? It's like, okay, this year with the government shutdown, with so much stuff going on, I'm just ready to start another year. How do you guys think I'm doing so far? Right about here, I was feeling myself, y'all. I'm like, looking good. So I got 2 flowers in, and I'm gonna get 2 leaves in there. Whether or not I should have done them on all 5 nails, I am not sure. I still have to work on how I feel about it, but I couldn't help myself. I was just putting flowers down, putting flowers down. It looked kind of pretty. If you're having challenge with doing 3D, all I can say is keep trying. Because not only was I able to do it on my left hand, I was able to use my left hand, which is my non-dominant hand, and put 3D flowers on the right hand. So you're going to see that at the end of the video, you're going to see both left hand and right hand work. But of course, you're only going to see the right hand working on the left hand on camera, right? Um, it was amazing that I was able to do that. By the time I got through practicing on the left hand, I was able to just flip over, and actually the right hand went a lot faster than the left hand. And as you guys know, I don't usually wear my nails with, I usually encapsulate because it's bad enough my nails is long at work, but when I'm shampooing my clients' hair, my nails get stuck in their hair if I have jewels on it. So the fact that I had the 3D flower around the jewelry, there is no, hopefully, I'm hoping I don't snag my client's hair tomorrow. However, I feel like the 3D flowers will not pull their hair the way jewelry would. The verdict is out on that, and I'll let you know after tomorrow when I put out another video how that worked. So anyways, I'm loving this Zany collection. And when I purchased this, and I recently got this, when I purchased this, I was in Dallas, Texas at one of my conferences, and minding my own business, I got onto Not Polish website, and I clicked the what's new or whatever that tab is. You have the bestseller tab, and then you have the what's new tab. And the first thing I saw was the zany. I didn't even care how much it was. I clicked it and put it in my basket and checked it out right away. So by the time I came back from Texas, maybe a day or two later, it was here. So check this out, guys. It comes with a 4-ounce jar of, if you haven't gotten one yet, they're still available if you're interested in getting one. I don't have a code to give you, but it's still available the last I checked. So it comes with a 4 ounces of blank check is the color of it's like a cream acrylic powder. It's called blank check. And then you have 2, 4, 6, 7 colors of old money, millionaire, bills, royalty, new money, golden hour, and hard white. Now, I did a video of me unboxing it. If you want to see what's the contents, please look up that video. You also get an acrylic brush in the size 16, and you get the 3D art brush. The size 16 and the 3D art brush was with it to me, and it also comes with a matted and a gel. What color is this gel? And it's like a off-white zany nails. It's a signature. And it looks like it has a little bit of blue in this white. But it comes with a matted gel and a color gel. So the fact that it came with a matted gel tells me, it answers a question now that I had towards the end of the video, and I couldn't figure out what to do. So I did use the old money and the royalty from the box, and I used the 3D brush. I closed up the package, put it to the side, and I started working. Well, when I got to finishing, I actually used before I finished it, when I was drawing the deep French, I used a matted from, one that I already had opened. And then when I was finished, I glossed it, and they came out super, super, super shiny. And I was like, I don't know if it was supposed to be shiny or matte. So now that I opened the box again and I'm talking to you guys about it, it came specifically with a matte polish. So I'm assuming I was supposed to do these matte. But in any event, I already did it glossed, and I'm not going to change it. It's not like I can just grind the clay off and the gloss it off and without ruining the flowers. So it's glossy, and it's gonna have to stay glossy. But you don't have to get a zany collection, because you can pretty much do 3D with whatever powders you have. But I feel like the zany collection has colors that would look perfect for flowers, perfect for summer flowers. They're just perfect for doing 3D flower artwork. Okay, so that's a benefit to purchasing it. Plus the box is super cute, and it comes with one of those boxes that has you flip it open, and when you close it back, it has a little magnetic close. If you're into stuff like that, shoot, go ahead and get one. If not, you can buy your powders individual and still do the same thing. All right, right, enough about my Zany 3D box. But really, I wanted to talk about that a little bit because that is what's inspiring me to try 3D. In as much as I could have done it with any particular powder, the fact that I got the kit, it was like, broaden your horizons, Carol. Let's try something new. How do you guys think I'm looking so far? I'm taking my time. I'm manipulating the flowers. I'm telling myself I should have choose a different contrast color for the flowers because the background is that burgundy red and then the purple kind of blend in. But I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Like I said, if I was going to choose something else, I would have chosen the a different background for the deep French, and then I would have made the flowers hollies by choosing a red color. Be patient, guys. If you have to take them off and do them again, because it took a while for these, I guess I used a slow setting monomer, so it took a little while for them to set. So I had no shame in my game. If I had to scrape it off and start over again, that's what I did. I also felt like the brush, I have to look and see if there is one that comes a little finer than this one. I don't know if there's a standard for those size brushes, but I felt like, well, I felt like it was taking up too little of a bead, but at the same time it was taking up too little of a bead. It was too fat sometimes in between. I don't know. I don't want to make that kind of critique because it's the first time I'm doing it, but that was one of the challenges that I have, that the brush was a little bit thick. So that when I'm sort of like mashing the middle of the flowers, it wasn't quite doing it the way I wanted it to, but it was the first time I'm doing it, so who knows? I'm inspecting them. I'm like, So I decided that it was good enough for government work and that I was going to move on to another one. And I was just going to put a bead, and then I will use that as the center of the flower and then build up around it. And since it's the holidays, I'm going to be wearing my nails long. And I don't care who don't like it. At this point, I'm getting just a tad bit comfortable. I'm beginning to recognize the shapes of the flowers, and I'm trying to come up with a little bit of a rhythm so that they look like they belong on the same flower petal. The other flower petals look like they belong to the same flower. And I'm beginning to get into it a little bit more here. still having issues with molding them and making sure that they all come out looking the same. I'm just giving you guys time to observe what's going on. And I am rummaging through my drawer here, trying to figure out where my other, what do you call it? Forms are. I love those red ones. What do you guys think? Please drop some comments in the comment section on any quick tips you guys have on how to make your, what methods you use for making your 3D flowers. I have to go into Zany Nails and look at her doing her version of 3D flowers. I'm not ready to go back to work tomorrow, guys, but I have to. While you guys are watching, I'm gonna look up Zany on YouTube. Let me see what I. Um, where is her? Hold on. Yeah, I'm on her. View her channel. Mm, wrong. I'm looking up Zany's. Oh, yeah, I was looking up some stuff here while the video is running, and I'm too old to wear some of, well, I shouldn't say that. It's not my style. Some of the things that I was just looking at somebody where she looked like she's like 19 or something like that. Nails as cute as a button, but not my style. I'm just drawing in this flower here to the side now. I'm just trying to place them in different places so that I could have um I'm just practicing putting them down. As I got more comfortable, I started trying to do more things. My confidence is building right here. So at the end of the day, when I look at them, they definitely look like it's my first try, but it's not my worst attempt. It is not my worst attempt. I've seen people try them and they look worse. And to be honest with you, I was afraid to try because I was like, yo, this is not going to look good. Um, but no, they look good. And on my first attempt, this part of the video took me about um 50 minutes to do. And then of course I had to do the other hand, but it could have been worse, right? So nobody was rushing me or anything. There was no time frame in which to do it. I'm just saying that it took me a solid hour to do the artwork on using my right hand to do my non-dominant hand. But then when it was time for me to flip around using the non-dominant hand, I just went through them like half an hour. I was done because I kind of started building some strategies in my head. And most importantly, figuring out how long to hold the powder before I put it down, which had me chasing the petal or the leaf, depending on what I was doing, chasing it around to get it to take the shape. There's definitely some learning curves. Whew. So right about here, I'm going to just advance to the end of the nail job. Okay, so we almost finished here. Where am I? All right, so I'm going to be drawing a couple more flowers here. So one more time, I'm going to go forward. Alrighty, so kind of pretty, huh? I'm so excited about it. And at this point, I'm telling myself, Carol, I don't care what they look like. I am going to wear these with pride. It was the first time I did them, and I was really beginning to feel like, okay, I accomplished something. Now, here's my dilemma. I do not know if I was supposed to gloss these or if I was supposed to matte these, or does it make a difference? So I ended up glossing them. At first I started to gloss in between the flowers, and I started to gloss in between the flowers, and I'm like, I don't know what it would look, how it would look if it's glossy in between, but not glossy on the flowers. So then I gloss. You're gonna see when I switch to going from in between to deciding, you know what? Let me gloss everything. Right. So right about here, I started deciding, maybe I need to gloss everything. So then I glossed it and I tried that finger in the lamp to see what it looked like, and it came out like headlights bright. So I decided to gloss them all. At the end of the day, they're really shiny. Ooh, but I guess that's what Gloss-It does. I don't know. It was fun though. It was fun. So this video is going to run for about another 6 minutes or so. And yeah, I was going back and forth, and then on some of the nails, I gloss in between and matte the top, and then I was like, I don't know if I like that look, and then I just went back over it with Gloss-It again to make everything glossy again. So somebody help me out. Do you gloss them? Do you matte them? Ugh, what was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do with them? And I think this right here, I had matte them, and then so I did it in between and gloss, and the top was matte, the flowers was matte, and I just couldn't make a decision, so I just left them, glossed them over, and left the whole thing glossed. I know for sure though, every set you guys see me do after right now is going to be, there's going to have a 3D flower on it somewhere. See how glossy they are? Is that cool or not? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I kind of like them. I really do. Um, but every time I look at my hand, maybe it's the colors, the difference in the colors I have. They're so bold and pronounced. I don't know. I'm feeling them, but I'm a little bit self-conscious at the same time. Help a sister out. Please, somebody tell me if they look good or not. And I know I can trust you guys to be honest. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Okay, guys. I know I got a little bit of a mess going on up here, but that's the nature of the business. What do you guys think? Would you wear these? I will wear the crap out of these. I am so proud of myself for doing them. My 3Ds are a bit rough. I got to do a little bit of research on, was I supposed to put the Gloss-It on them or not? I tried them with and without the Gloss-It, and I'm not sure which one of them I liked the best. But that's it, guys. I did it, and I think all of my work right now will have a little bit of 3D in there because it's trending and very popular right now, and I need to be in on the game. All right, but I will definitely wear mine because I'm proud of myself for even attempting it. And I use the Old Money and Royalty. So the green is Old Money, the purple is Royalty, and that's the powder from the Zany 3D box that I have. All right, so not only am I trying all the products that I have, I'm trying new skills. I actually really like it. So look forward to seeing me getting better at 3D artwork. But drop a comment. Let me know. What do you think? Did I do okay or not? Thank you. You guys are so sweet and so kind. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, share with a friend.